Hi, friends! Happy New Year's Eve, bloggers. Who's excited for 2022? What? I'm excited. I think it's going to be everyone's best year ever, in my professional opinion. Okay, let me pull up the chat here so I can see what y'all are saying. So, I do have a planner bundle for you guys. I put together two super badass blog planners, and we'll take a peek at those in just a second. They're on crazy super sale until tomorrow night at midnight. Hi, Amy. Yeah, long time no talk. Like 2 seconds ago. Real quick. Okay, let's. Oh, look, I'm doing the funny picture in picture thing. I'm breaking the internet. Okay, so this is the badass blog planner bundle. So until tomorrow night at midnight, you can get it for $29, which is over 50% off. Normally it's 60. You get two badass planners. So this one is the Badass You Self-Love Planner and Journal for Bloggers. It's over 125 pages. Or no, that's this one. I'm sorry. This one is over 50 pages. And then this one is the 2022 Badass Blog and Social Media Planner. So it's got like brand planning in there, vision boards, goals, and then seven different social media platform planning options. So we got YouTube, Insta, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, and TikTok. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's talk about sales funnels. Hi, Trisha. How are you? Have you gotten your mug yet, girl? We know it's been sent, finally. So we're going to talk about sales funnels. Who asked? I think it was Tamina. Well, actually, the idea came from Lisa. She DM'd me and was like, hey, could you do a live on this? And I was like, of course. And that's how that conversation went. Oh, not yet. Still waiting. Yeah, it's shipping right now. I tell you what, everything right now, the whole supply chain. Hi, Paulette. You are in the right group today. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Okay, so I asked what questions you all have about email funnels and sales funnel in general. Tamina said, how do I automate sending an email sequence to my existing subscribers and not the sequence getting triggered when someone new signs up? So these are all really great questions. And I'm not like a sales funnel expert. I'm by no means a email marketing expert, which means I have had all the same questions and problems y'all have had. And I'm not that far removed from it. Hi, Cass. It's so good to see you. We've missed you here. So they're all really great questions and really so she's using Convertkit. I don't know. What are you guys all using for email? Drop it in the chat. Let me know. So just so you guys know what I'm using, I started with MailChimp. Which worked fine for me until I tried to get it to integrate with Elementor, and it just wouldn't. And then I switched to Convertkit, which worked fine for me. And now I am with Kajabi, which I actually like more than Convertkit. But again, I'm not an expert. I don't know. That might just be because it's easy. Okay, we've got, Paulette's got two, MailerLite and MailChimp. Amy, Convertkit. Yep. Lots of Convertkit. I mean, I was happy with Convertkit sans their customer service. I can't tell you how many times I went round and round and round in circles with their customer service. Anyway, okay. So I asked a follow-up question to Tamina. I said, do you want them to get the series when something happens, like a trigger, like say they've been on your wait list for 2 months, and then once they've been on there for 2 months, you want to send them a series of emails, or you just looking to send them a series of emails? And she's just looking to send them a series of emails. So she's just planning out her normal weekly or bi-weekly, whatever emails. Yeah, we can talk about that in a second. I'm sorry, I'm reading comments and responding to them. Amy says, I don't love Convertkit, but changing is overwhelming. Yeah, we can talk about that. Um, for what it's worth, the transition to Kajabi was not that bad. It was a little bit of tedious work, but it's also something you could like pass off to somebody else. You could hire out. Um, anyway, so when you want to send a sequence like that that's not triggered by something, you just have to go in there and manually schedule the emails. That's it. So anybody, and I would leave out anybody who's not on your so if they're in currently in your welcome series, you might want to leave them out of there so they're not getting like 2 emails a day or something like that. Who said that? I agree, and I don't have many subscribers. Oh, you agree about it being overwhelming? Yeah. Oh, Trisha, you're using Kajabi for your course, but you're still really new at it. Yeah. Well, I'm relatively new to Kajabi too. Annie is using Aweber and Flowdesk. Oh, it's so interesting. We have so many different platforms going on here. That's so interesting. Yeah, I agree, Annie. Annie says the technical movement isn't that difficult. The learning curve is what can be overwhelming. So if you learn easily, it'll be a breeze. Yeah, and Amy does. I don't think it would be such a problem for you, Amy. I almost called you Amers. Amers. I'm pretty footloose and fancy free with the nicknames, y'all. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. She said if I didn't have 50 funnels and stuff. So that's a really good point. Amy is a established blogger. She has lots of funnels already set up that she'll have to recreate in Kajabi. That's a really good point. It goes beyond just moving your list, right? Valid point. Okay. So I think I have a free Convertkit account. In order to use automations, so that's like when something happens, an email sequence gets triggered, you have to pay for Convertkit. But if you just want to send emails manually, you don't have to pay for it. So I don't know what this is for. Okay, I know you guys can't see this. So let's see. Send. Let's see. I'm going to share this with you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. So it does say create sequences. Oh, yeah, you might have to have a paid one for that. So let's try send broadcasts. That's what they call the emails. They call it a broadcast. Yeah, so I think that I don't know if you're on the free version or not, Tamina, but I think you just have to schedule out your broadcasts and then let them ride, right? Unless you want it to be triggered by something, in which case you'll have to upgrade. But here's what I really want to say about funnels, like right at the top, like email funnels and sales funnels in general. I know they're super overwhelming at first. I totally get that. And honestly, they don't really get less complicated. You just get used to it. Hi, Donna. I had trouble finding you, but I'm here. Yay, I'm glad you're here. So, yeah, that's what I want to say right at the top about emails and sales funnels. So, email funnels and sales funnels, they have a lot of moving parts and a lot of parts that have to connect, right? It's when you're doing like automatic sequences. So, somebody opt ins to your email list. How do you get that freebie to them, right? There's a deliverability part to it. You might have your sales page for that opt-in on lead pages, and then you need it to go over to Convertkit or have a Convertkit form embedded in it. And you have to have these programs talking to each other, right? That can be really confusing and overwhelming. I totally understand that. And that is normal. Chances are you've never done anything like this before, right? Most of us have not done anything like this before unless we have a background in tech and or marketing. And even if we have a background in marketing, we might not have been the person setting this up, right? So give yourself that grace. I'm learning to walk for the first time. So think about it like a baby learning to walk, right? They wobble and then they fall, and you don't go, "Oh, you stupid baby." You dumb baby, you should have had that from the first step, right? You don't say that. You're like, Keep going. Yay, you're doing it. I'm so proud of you. Treat yourself like a baby learning to walk, okay? And replicate that for all the crazy new stuff you're learning in your blogging journey. Which in the beginning, you guys have heard me say this, there is a huge steep learning curve, right? And that's why a lot of people give up because they feel like it's going to be like that forever. It won't. Eventually, like I said, the funnels don't get less complex. You get used to it. And you will get used to it and you can do it. I super promise. So there's this huge steep learning curve in the beginning, and then you kind of level off. And then there's another learning curve when you level up and you have to learn how to do new things and you're scaling your business. And then you'll level off again and up, off, up, off. And it goes on and on and on. But you get used to those super steep learning curves and you know, okay, I did this already when I was building my blog, and that was a giant learning curve. And look, I'm still here crushing it. I can handle this, right? You can handle learning your sales funnel, learning your email marketing tool. I super promise. Here's what I also want to say. I did not send emails forever because I thought in order to set my welcome series up, so your welcome series, somebody opts into your email list. Either you give them a freebie or you don't. I haven't really seen many people be successful without offering some sort of incentive. But some people just have that sign up for our weekly newsletter form on their site. I don't know if that works or not. It never worked for me. I had to offer them something, some sort of opt-in, a freebie in return, right? But after that point, when I deliver their freebie to them, it was just silence. They didn't get any emails from me except for the one-off every, couple months when I was feeling frisky or whatever as a newer blogger. I was terrified of my email list and I thought that I didn't have enough to offer them. So I thought that in order to set up my welcome series, I had to have a product to sell them, right? Because your welcome series serves two purposes. One, to nurture them, right? To show them that you are going to be their helpful guide through whatever your niche is. Two, to sell them something, right? Sell them something that will help you nurture them. Yeah, feeling frisky. Yep, feeling frisky, gonna send an email. Whew. And that was backwards. Okay. So what I did finally is I set up a welcome series that just nurtured them before I had the product. And then once I made the product, I stuck it in there. Okay. So I had a general idea about what I wanted my product to be. Obviously, I wanted it to be something around blog writing, right? And so my welcome series kind of gives them some tips. I give away some more freebies in my welcome series. So somebody opts in, they get a freebie on the first day. I introduce myself. On the second day, I send them the Right Now blog post writing exercise that walks them through writing a blog post. And then on the day after that, I send them another freebie called Purposeful Posts that walks them through writing posts for a reason, right? We don't write posts for no reason. So I'm nurturing them along the way. And that is what I had to do to finally start emailing my list and setting up my funnels before I had a product, because I thought the product had to come first and then I had to build my funnel around it. And all that was doing was making me not do any of it, right? I was like, I don't know. I don't have a product. So finally I said, screw it. I created my welcome series. And welcome series can evolve this, whatever. Paulette, are you still here? What does Paulette say? Decisions are not life sentences. You can write your welcome series now and give it the old college try, do the best you can, and revisit it in 6 months. And chances are you can do a better one and you can just add to it or rewrite it, rework it, whatever. Oh, Paulette is here. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. So don't be afraid of your sales funnel. Okay. Don't be afraid of your email funnel. If all you have to offer them right now is like, hi, hello, this is who I am, this is how I can serve you. That's fine. You don't have to have a product to sell them right this minute. Just get them used to getting emails from you, right? And if you have a spot where you nurture them, like here, I nurture you guys here. This is where I provide value to you. Send them there, right? You don't necessarily have to send them to a product. Yes, Amy, I love it. Send them to your blog post. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, remind them of why you are their helpful guide through their niche journey, whatever that niche is. Yeah. So you don't necessarily have to have a product. That was stopping me. I don't know. Does that stop you guys? Like, let me know in the chat if that stopped you guys as well. It stopped me for a long time, like way, way too long. I thought I had to have all of my products in place before I could create a welcome sequence. And that's just not true. Okay. And then the next thing I want to offer you guys is that a lot of you, well, everybody, okay. We have this collective notion as bloggers that you have to have a big list in order to make it worth emailing them or make money. Oh, yeah. Okay. Donna says, yes, I'm stopped too. So you're experiencing that right now too. Yeah. What do I have to offer? Paulette's in that bubble. Trisha's in that bubble. Right. Keep thinking I need the products first. Right. Paulette says my new list has 14 people. Okay, that's what I want to tell you guys. My list growth has been incredibly slow. Like snail's pace slow. It really took off this quarter, this past quarter. So Q4 of 2021, I saw a lot of growth, but that was the first period of actual like real expansive growth I've seen in my email list numbers. And I've been doing this for years, y'all. And I've been making money. Okay. And here's the next thing. Let's say you have one person on your email list. And so you're like, what's the point in emailing them? They don't know they're the only person. They have no way of knowing that. For all they know, you could have 80,000 people on your list, right? And you can write from that energy or not, if that's intimidating. If it feels more comfortable for you to write to one person as opposed to 80,000, then, go for it. But, have, like I was talking about last week with the titans of industry, have that big ball energy, right? Like, I'm going to write this email as if I have 80,000 raving fans on my list and they're going to want to eat up everything I'm saying. Because what you have to say matters. And nobody can say it just the way you say it. Right? That's the beauty of it. Nobody's you exactly, right? If you think you don't have anything to say, I guarantee you do. Ask yourself, if I was sitting down with a friend over coffee and they were like, hey, I'm thinking about getting into your niche. What do I need to know? Can you give me any tips? Right? And then maybe if you have like 5 tips to give them, spread that out over 5 days and boom, there's your welcome sequence, right? That is a great question, Donna. And I was just going to go over that. So Donna says, how do you find people when you have a welcome sequence? How do they find you? That mystery I haven't solved yet. Yes. Lead generation, which is what that is everything. Lead generation is how your blogging business grows. So people come to, there's lots of ways to get leads. Okay, let's talk about this. So you can get organic leads from organic traffic, but that organic traffic will only do you as good as your post purpose. We don't write posts for no reason. So when that organic traffic comes, are you going to be ready? Are you going to have a call to action in your blog post waiting for them? This is why in the Blog Post Rocket Boost program, I go over calls to actions 30 times. We do it for every single template, right? Every single blog post template, we go over a call to action. because we don't write posts for no reason. Now you can, like, let's say you're like, well, I'm not so worried about building my email list because I just want to make affiliate and ad income, right? So people are coming to your site via organic traffic and they're clicking on ads, or they're clicking or seeing ads, and they're clicking on your affiliate links and you're making income that way. But that's putting a lot of eggs in two baskets. Your email list is yours. So what happened when the pandemic happened? Amazon slashed commissions, right? So imagine if you had all your eggs in two baskets, ad basket and Amazon affiliates basket. One of your baskets just got cut all to shit, right? But your email list is yours. So let's say you have Amazon affiliate income, you have ads, and you have been diligently collecting those emails. Well, when Amazon slashes your commission, you can run a flash sale to your emails you've been diligently collecting and nurturing, and hopefully make up some of that income, right? Gives you back the power instead of Bezos. Take that power from Bezos. But I have some lead gen ideas for you guys here. Oh, Trisha says I can't get my ads to work now. Oh no. Oh, Willow says ads took a dump then too for a while. Oh yeah. Right. When the whole world didn't know if we were going to implode or not. That's right. Okay. So, and again, my lead growth has been really slow, and I started making money with a really small list. And a lot of that is because I had a spot to nurture people, right? This group. I had a spot where people could come, get to know I provide good content, know that I'm actually genuinely invested in your success, right? So that know, like, trust factor was there. You can wield a lot with a small list. And when I say small, I mean, like, I started making money with a list of like 80 people. So it can be done. Amy says your email list can also send people to new posts. Love it. So if you're getting ad revenue from views of your posts, that's money. I love that idea. This is why we keep Amy around. Team captain. You can also send them to pages with affiliate products. Money. That is right. I love that. And it has a cyclical effect, right? A symbiotic effect. Your posts, your organic traffic, like income that comes from your organic traffic, has a symbiotic relationship to your email list, because just like Amy said, you can send them back to that stuff that your organic traffic is bringing you money from. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's talk about ads real quick. You can do Facebook ads, Pinterest ads, YouTube ads. The one I've played around with the most are Facebook ads. The iOS update last year kind of screwed everybody. It is not as easy as it used to be to just get going with Facebook ads. But if you have some money to play with and test with, if you have a little bit you can spend, it's worth it. And you can get leads that way, right? You can offer them either an opt-in that tripwires into a paid product, right? So they go get your opt-in, your freebie, and then the thank you page is a $14 offer or whatever, right? 50% off of something. Or you can just send them to the 50% off something. Totally up to you. Paulette says, oh no, boo. Paulette says, man, I'm such an idiot. I disagree, ma'am. I do exactly what Amy said to do with my sewing blog. Why did I think I had to do something different for my new list? Yeah, when in doubt, just think, what would Amy do? I'm going to make us all break bracelets, WWAD, WAD. It'll be really cute. I know you're not an idiot. I know you know you're not an idiot. Okay, so you can do ads. If you're very serious about ads, I highly recommend Beth Ann Schwarmberger's Facebook Ads Intensive, because Facebook ads are There's a lot to them. They walk you through step by step by step how to set everything up, and then how to run your first campaign, and then how to tweak your first campaign and continue testing and testing. And then you get their experienced help. You're like, okay, here's what I'm seeing in my ads. What do I do? And they help you. But again, that's an investment. That program was something like $1,200, right? It's an investment. So just put that pin in your cap. That's something to consider. Ads, quizzes. Who here has had success with quizzes as an opt-in? I did for a little while. I created a quiz, and then I was running ads to it from Pinterest. I feel like Pinterest people really like quizzes, because think about like why, when people are using Pinterest, what are they doing? They're kind of there for entertainment, right? They're kind of like scrolling through stuff, like looking for like DIY inspiration or something. They're kind of there for entertainment, which is why I think quizzes did well over there. I was using tryinteract.com. So here, I'll show you guys. Tryinteract.com, and it made it super easy. It was actually kind of fun building a quiz with this. It made it kind of fun. It was super easy, and as far as I recall, it was really easy to integrate it with Convertkit. And it does have a free version. So let's see. Free, but you can't capture email leads. So what's the point? What is the point? Okay, monthly plan. So it'll cost you $30 a month. So that's something you really want to consider. Like after they go through your quiz and you gather their email, how are you going to make your $29 back? Right? If you're paying $29 a month for that, let's say you have a $30 product that you're going to offer for 30 minutes after they opt into your list, they can get it for half off. And if you get 2 people to opt into that, then it'll pay for you're pretty much getting your Interact paid for, right? Does anybody else have any quiz generators they've used? Maybe there's like a good free option out there that will actually let you collect emails. Because again, otherwise, what's the point? Let's see. Okay, Donna says, here's something I don't know if you know, but Facebook banned me from I know all about this, Donna. For life from creating a Facebook store and doing ads. I apparently broke the rule that I was selling math products that need to be downloaded when someone purchased it. Be careful with a Facebook store. What? You got banned for selling downloadable math products? That seems crazy. And yes, I know all about it. Facebook disabled my ads account just as I was starting to get my ads working. They disabled my ads account. And what they were hung up on was my DBA, because my doing business as. My main business is called Thorson Media LLC. I have an official, bona fide, legal state of Washington DBA as Blogfeedy. Thorson Media doing business as Blogfeedy. But I didn't have Thorson Media on my website, so they disabled my account. Anyway, I made the changes. I added Thorson Media to my website. I went round and round and round with them for like 6 months. I sent in my business license. I verified my business. I verified my identity over and over and over. And they kept saying, you should have been reinstated by now. I don't understand why you haven't. I'm going to elevate this, is what I got every single time. And after 6 months, I said, screw it. And I created a new ads account. Facebook, if you're listening, come on, girl. What's going on? You're kind of a flake. You said you were going to elevate it. You never did. Wow. What? Okay. Teachers have the same issue. You can't sell downloadable products directly on Facebook. Oh, you can't sell it on their store. Is that what you're saying? Gotcha. Okay. I didn't know that. But I see. Donna says, please tell me how you contacted them. I deleted everything and they still banned me. So the contact is in like business.facebook.com. There's like a business help area. Um, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Willow said you can still run an ad to a Shopify or something like that. It's like, yeah, I see a lot of downloads available on ads. I see. So you can't sell them with like the Facebook marketplace or store or whatever. Gotcha. And that's great to know. That's great to know. And, I don't know. I just wish when people signed up for stuff like this and we tell them that we're a blogger, they did us a courtesy and we're like, here's 10 mistakes that bloggers make that get them kicked out of the program for life. And actually, I told Amazon that Amazon affiliates asked for my feedback yesterday on their program. And I said, hey, I see lots and lots of bloggers making the same mistakes over and over and over and getting kicked out of your program. If I can see it, you guys should like provide them with like a top 10 mistakes that'll get you kicked out of the program, like right up front, right? Maybe a little video or something. Anyway, I'll get off that soapbox. Yeah, Donna says, I just want to help others who have no idea. Yeah, thank you. That's really good. Yep, all the fine print. That's right. And I'll tell y'all, I'm not a fine print reader. No, my brain does not like the contracts. So I totally get it. Like, I totally get how you can overlook it and then think you're doing everything right and still get kicked out. I mean, I thought I was doing everything right, and they wanted me to add Thorson Media LLC to the bottom of my sales pages, and then I did, and I still got kicked out. So, okay. But we're going down a couple rabbit holes here. Okay, so ads for lead generation. Quizzes for lead generation. Again, we talked about organic traffic, but if you're gonna use organic traffic for lead generation, you better have a sweet call to action sitting there waiting for them. Don't write blog posts for no reason. I've heard people I really, really respect in the blogging space say that they don't think every blog post should have a call to action. Why the hell not? Why not? I disagree. Why not? It's not like somebody's going to be sitting there sifting through every piece of your content and be like, I don't like how every single blog post has a call to action. No, this could be the one blog post of yours that they have ever encountered and ever will encounter, right? There's lots of people on lists that consume creators' video content and don't consume creators' blog content, right? That happens. So for all you know, this is going to be the one post they see, even if they get into your universe. Yeah, I'm coming for them. The only time I could see it not being appropriate is if you are writing like in an extreme circumstance, right? If you are like writing like a memorial for somebody or something, right? Or if you have set up a GoFundMe for a charity, your call to action should not be your email opt-in, right? It should be to go donate to the GoFundMe. That's like the only situation where I could see it not being fine. Because generally your call to action is offering them something they need anyway, right? So you win and they win. Okay, Amy, it's your turn to come for me. Bundles. Amy's jury is out on whether or not bundles are actually worth all the work, but I think they are. And maybe for emotional, non-logical reasons. Whether or not a bundle is worth it for you, whether or not you get a call to act, or not a call to action, a high ROI on a bundle depends on, one, how much time and effort you put into it, and two, it really depends. This is what I've seen on how large the cumulative list is. So bundles, everybody contributes something, right? And then everybody on the bundle, every bundle contributor emails the bundle to their list. So if you have 5 people in the bundle with 50 people each on their list, that bundle's probably not going to be worth your time. But if you have 10 people in the bundle and accumulatively all together, there's 100,000 people that are going to get emailed with your product, that's probably going to be worth your time, unless it's totally misaligned. Like, let's say you are a baking blogger and somehow you ended up in a sewing bundle. That doesn't make sense. So bundles are another idea which brings me to networking, right? A lot of my growth spurts I've had have come from networking. And I haven't really networked on purpose. I'm not like cold emailing people that I want to buddy up next to, but that's also not a bad idea. If you super admire somebody that is in your niche or niche adjacent, and you want to like get to know them, you can reach out to them. Like that is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Start commenting on their stuff, right? There's nothing wrong with that, like that outward networking. But I just kind of have been like plodding along, making connections as I am in groups. So a lot of my networking connections came from being in Faith Mariah's mastermind. And then, of course, this group. And then I'm in other groups. And you just connect with people. And then pretty soon you have a network, right? Networking is valuable. And the ways it's valuable are less tangible and like less data driven. So it's harder to grasp, right? But these bundle opportunities that I have been a part of come up because I have a network of people who know me and like know I make good stuff, right? And know I'm going to go promote the crap out of this bundle with high energy, right? And also like other opportunities come from that. You can get invited to be on podcasts. You can get invited to be on like Instagram lives with people. Getting yourself exposure in front of other people's audiences is a great way to lead gen. And do not be afraid. When people come and like guest on other people's podcasts, they expect you to do some sort of soft pitch, right? There will be some sort of conversation like, hey, is it okay if I tell people where to find me? Right. And you get those opt ins. That is lead generation. Okay. I need to catch up on the comments. Oh boy. Lots of comments. Yep. Amy says I was super skeptical of bundles, and that's cool. Yep. Paulette says Kate Doster is team bundles too. Oh, and another thing Kate Doster does that I'm pretty sure she came up with, like TM Kate Doster, is freebie swaps. So she would pick somebody that is niche adjacent to her. So they have similar audiences that are doing similar things, but they're not direct competitors. And she would promote their freebie to her list, and they would promote their freebie or her freebie to their list. So again, you're getting in front of other people's audiences as a form of lead generation. Cass says, I'm a Pinterest gal and end up surfing when I don't have a ton of time. There are so many times when I come across a great post and I want more, but I want it later. It drives me insane when I can't easily find a place to get my email address. Oh, that's so interesting. And get reminded to go back and see what else they have later. That is so interesting. So Cass is saying that you are going to be the type of person that if you're reading a really badass post, you'll opt in to their email list just so you can go find them later, right? And you don't even necessarily need like a freebie in exchange. I love that. Annie says, I think it depends on the bundle. 100%. If it's your bundle of only your products, probably not so much. Yeah, no, that's not going to give you any lead generation, right? If it's your stuff, because it's just you emailing your list, your existing leads. Yeah. Bundles where you do a team. Yeah, right. Well, and then again, depends on the size of the team. It depends on how aligned your products are for that team. And I do want to talk to you guys about product alignment within your funnel. I had no idea I had so much to say about this. This is why I love it when you guys ask questions, because you just spark something in me and my engine starts going. I just hit myself in the face. Amy says, my issue with bundles is watching Kelly spend 2,700 hours making a free thing for someone else's bundle. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, girl. When Kelly could have been making content for her audience, but to be fair, I was excited to be proved wrong, and I think the last one she did was definitely worth it. It was 100% worth it. Cass says, take my email now. I love it. You guys are awesome. Okay, Facebook groups. And I'm talking about your own, right? So my Facebook group and my email list, again, they have a symbiotic relationship. So when somebody when somebody requests to join my Facebook group, the one of the questions in there is like, "Hey, do you want a free copy of my blog post checklist? If so, drop your email below." Most people drop their email. So that means when my Facebook group grows, my email list grows. And then guess what? When my email list grows, I push everybody to my Facebook group because that's where I nurture my people. So they have a symbiotic relationship. When one grows, the other grows. So you can actually use your Facebook group to grow your email list. And if you really want to, I did this for a while. You can wait for self promo days in various other Facebook groups, and you can drop your opt in. You can drop a link to your group as long as that's okay. You'll have to check their specific rules. And what I would do is I would have a set elevator pitch already written, and I kept it in my insanely efficient blog organizer. There's an elevator pitch organizer in there. And so I would have an elevator pitch for my Facebook group already written out, complete with call to action and juicy words and everything like that, and the link. So all I had to do was when I saw one of those self promo days, I would head over to my insanely efficient blog organizer, which was on my phone, right? And then I would copy and paste it into that group. And pretty soon I got to know, like, I didn't have to refresh myself on the rules each time. I knew what I could post in what group, because not all groups will let you post links to other groups. So always review the rules. Yes, I've heard of that. Amy says there's an automatic thing that adds them to your email list from Facebook group. Oh, is there? Yes. Okay. There are tools that will add when somebody gives you your email via your Facebook group, will add it automatically to your email list in whatever email service provider you're using. I have not used them. And I'm unclear whether or not they work with the other questions. So the other thing that's really important to me is I ask, like, what are you struggling with when it comes to blog post writing? And that is just a wealth of information, people's answers. It can be blog post topics, it can be email topics, it can be live stream topics, it can be product ideas. Straight from there, your people are telling you what they want with that question. So I'm not sure if they can grasp text like that too, or if they can only pull out emails. Okay, I'm sorry. Cass says I dropped the hell out of my email. Okay. What do you mean? Like in groups? Yeah. Yeah, Zapier will move those to a Google Sheet for you. Yeah, and then from a Google Sheet you could move it to your email list. Yeah, I'm sure there's an easier way to do it than I'm doing it, which is manually. Okay. So there are tons of ways to generate leads, email leads, right? And again, your email list is important because you own it. Facebook can shut you down on a whim. It has happened to me. They not only can they take away your ads, they can take away your group. They can take away your profile, right? Amazon can slash commissions on a whim. I don't know. I don't run ads on my blog, but I don't know, like, is it common for advertisers to like slash payouts? I don't know, but it's out of that stuff is largely out of your control, right? And furthermore, even your organic traffic, right? A Google algorithm update can come out that cuts your traffic in half, right? And if your income is directly related to your organic traffic, then your income's going to go down. But you own your email list. That is yours. Right? They always say the money's in the list. That's what that means. That's like your customer base, right? So, like at the day job, the brick and mortar family business, we, after 20 years, have this giant loyal customer base. And when we go to sell our business, that giant loyal customer base makes our business more valuable, right? We can prove our year over year retention rate. Your email list is like your customer base. Willa says, I feel better about doing it manually. Other than Amazon, no, it's not normal in my experience. I'm assuming that's Amy. Well, let me look at my phone. Yeah, it is Amy. Isn't it? Shucks. I lost the chat. Sorry, guys. Okay. Often they will give me a better rate when I ask. Yeah, actually, Mike over at Stupid Simple SEO said that he reached out to numerous affiliate programs and said, like, hey, your rate, your commission rate is not competitive with your competitors. Like, you're offering a 20% commission rate and they're offering a 50%. Maybe ask them to match it and maybe they'll come back at 40. Either way, you've upped your commission rate, right? You'd be surprised what is negotiable. Okay, and then the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is, and I promise I'll be wrapping this up. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is just to put this little nugget in your head that your products should make sense linked together. So if you have one opt-in, your opt-in should be targeted towards the same audience as your tripwire, and your tripwire should be targeted towards the same audience as your so let's say your opt-in's free, your tripwire's $15, and then in a week you're going to sell them a $30 product, and then a week later you're going to pitch them a $197 product. All of those products should be targeting the same audience. Because what happens if you have an opt-in that gets you an audience of male online Amazon sellers, right? Drop shippers. But your ultimate product is geared towards female bloggers. They're not going to buy it. I mean, there's no guarantee that somebody running an Amazon drop shipment business also has a blog. And then furthermore, if you tailor your content towards women, but your freebie was more masculine, I'm not saying it has to be like pastel pink, but let's just pretend for the sake of this argument, somehow your opt-in was more masculine and attract more men, you're not going to be able to sell that $197 blogging course for women to that audience, right? So you're going to end up with a list full of people who don't want what you're selling. And I'm not saying you have to have this all figured out right now. Okay, clarity comes with action. So just like we talked about at the beginning, where I was stopped dead in my tracks because I thought I had to have my products perfect before I could set up my welcome series and thus set up my sales funnel, don't let it stop you, right? So the clarity is going to come from the doing. Throw your opt-in out there, and along with your tripwire, once you have them, right? So you have, let's say that you're saying, screw it, I'm not going to wait till I have a product. I'm going to write my welcome series now. I'm going to sit down this week and I'm going to write a 5-day welcome series. Let's say that's your goal. And then you want to squeeze your products in later, that's totally fine, right? And you can go back and adjust those emails to make a little bit more sense for whatever product you're pitching or freebie you're pitching. Revise it as needed to make sure you are resonating with the right audiences and you're building a list of the right people that actually want your stuff. And I'm not saying you have to have that all figured out right now. I certainly didn't, and I'm still working on it. It can evolve, and that's okay. It's okay to let it just evolve. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You just have to be doing, right? Keep taking steps, your wobbly toddler steps toward your eventual goal. Let's say your eventual goal is to passively sell your $197 product through your welcome funnel, and people are getting fed into your welcome funnel from organic traffic and ad traffic and bundles or whatever, right? So you have a plan for people to get in there for the lead generation. Then you have a plan for what happens afterwards. If you know that that's the general direction you're going in, like, let yourself wobble as a little baby learning to walk there, right? Remember, you don't scold the baby. Don't scold the baby, guys. Okay, let me. I don't know why my chat's not. Okay. Oh, yay, my chat's working. Okay. Donna says, how do you know what freebie will draw interest? What made some of you decide what will work? I'm just so slow at all of this. Yeah, be nice to the baby. That's a new mug. I'm going to make a new mug. Be nice to the baby, and you're the baby. Okay, that's a really great question. That's a really great question. For me, it was trial and error, but also paying attention to what posts are resonating with people. So let's say your content's really big over on Pinterest. I hear that still happens for some people. Which posts are most popular? That will give you a clue of what people are looking for. If you don't have an audience to poll, like what are you struggling with? Go use somebody else's audience. Go use a Facebook group. Lots and lots and lots of Facebook groups will let you like post a poll. So if you are in the sewing niche and you're in tons of sewing groups, a lot of Facebook groups will let you be like, hey, what questions do you have about being a beginner sewer? And if they say, I just can't decide what sewing machine to get, maybe your opt-in could be like a sewing machine flow chart or something. I don't know if that actually exists or would be useful, but you know what I mean? Like, are you experienced? Yes, you go down here. No, you go down here. What's your budget? You know, a flow chart or something like that, right? Um, and then, I mean, there were some freebies that I thought were awesome and we're just going to freaking crush it, and they didn't. It was so sometimes it's just trial and error. And I'll tell you, the trial and error process gets a lot easier once you get the ball rolling a little bit. So right now, keep in mind, especially in the beginning, you guys are in the phase where you're pushing a boulder uphill, right? And I know it gets exhausting. I know, but you will reach the top of the hill if you keep pushing. So you're pushing that boulder uphill, and when you start to get some momentum, right, you're on kind of the downward descent. And so your boulder starts getting momentum and it becomes a lot easier to do these things. There is power in numbers, right? You can make money with a small list, but let me tell you, it's a lot easier when there's people on your list, you know? So it won't always be this difficult. Amy says, ask questions to your audience. There you go. Look in, you said the same thing I said. Look in free Facebook groups in your niche and see what questions people want. Yep. We said the same thing. I love it. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Diet, of course. Yeah. Y'all can do it. I'm like hot. I got so worked up. Can you guys tell? I'm like really hot right now. Okay. Okay, so you don't have a product to set up your welcome series. You can start nurturing your people right away. There are a billion moving parts, but you will get it. I promise. It doesn't get less complex. You get more savvy, right? So right now it's like learning a new language, and you can only understand every ninth word. But the more you speak it, the more you practice, the more words you'll start to pick up, and it will just become more natural feeling. You won't be expelling so much effort every single time you set up a email campaign. It's okay if your list growth is slow. I am so pink. I know. Oh my gosh, I'm hot. And then with my coral shirt, I'm just like camouflage pink right now, like a little piggy. Your email list is growing as fast as it's growing at just the right pace for you. I know I talk about this all the time. Just trust that it's happening at the right pace. You can't force it, right? You're not going to make your baby in utero grow faster by willing it so. And it's the same thing with your business. Like, it takes how long it takes. The gestation period is there for a reason. So your business ends up with 10 fingers and 10 toes, right? Just like your little baby business is supposed to. A lot of baby metaphors going on today. I'm 35, you guys. My biological clock is like, baby time. Okay. So if your list growth is slow, that's okay. And you can make money with a small list. I am proof. Yeah, and then just throw noodles at the wall with lead generation, see what works. Same thing with your opt-ins, right? And I'll say that what I've found is that for me, the simpler opt-ins have done better. So people don't necessarily want a 50-page free in-depth guide to, I don't know, technical engineering. Is that even a thing? They want a quick win. Give them a quick win. My best opt-in has been my blog post checklist because everyone knows how to use a checklist. And it walks them through the steps of a blog post. They can go check, 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 check. They get how to do it. It's a quick win, right? More isn't always better. The New Year's baby is on the brain. Okay, guys. Whoo! Whew. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, you can do a checklist. Hell yeah, you can do a checklist. Yeah, or you could do like because you teach math, right? You could do like 10 mnemonic devices for common math formulas or whatever, right? Maybe give it a sexier name. Okay, that's all I got to say about that. Don't forget, go get your badass blog planner bundle. You get 2 badass planners for less than the price of one. These sell for $30 a piece, but you can get both of them for $29 through tomorrow night at midnight. And they're pretty sweet. Go take a looky loo. They're bright. They're happy. You can print them out, write stuff in them, and make 2022 your best year ever. What's the calendar behind me? I love that question. Thank you. It is Women Who Broke Glass Ceilings. And it's got all sorts of badass women on the back. I got it on Amazon. It was like $12. I love it. Yeah, Happy New Year, all y'all. I hope you all have a safe and happy New Year's Eve. Stay safe. If you get drunk, don't drive. You're going to experience Mama Kelly here real quick. Take an Uber, sleep it off at your friend's house, whatever. I love y'all so much. And I seriously, I cannot wait to see what we all collectively do in 2022. Like, I am pumped up to see how far we go. Because all of you guys are like on the precipice. I just see it, right? You're like right there. You just got to keep pushing that boulder up the hill just a little bit longer. And then you're going to be like, whoo. You're just going to be on top of that boulder, writing it down. Wee, Yzma, put your hands in the air. All right, guys. I'm going to get off here with my shenanigans. I love you so much. Have a great new year. I'll see you in 2022. Bye.